Hey everybody, it's Lon.TV, and I figured it was time to do another Business of YouTube video, this time talking about the new YouTube Red service. A lot of you have written in asking what my opinion is of it. I've watched a few people on my subscription feed talk about their opinions, so now it's time for me to chime in, and that's what I'm going to do. I don't think this is necessarily bad for the community, and it may or may not be good either. I think it's just going to be what it is, and I know it's kind of a wishy-washy answer, but until we actually see some revenue figures come back and see how many people actually subscribe to this service, it's going to be hard to tell what kind of impact, if anything, it's going to have on creators. So we're going to take a look into this and see what's going on with it. But before I do, I wanted to talk about what you get for the $10 a month that they're asking for. Again, this is an optional program. You don't have to do this, but if you decide to do it, they're going to give you a free subscription to Google Play Music. You're going to have all the ads taken off your videos. You can also watch things offline on your mobile device. You could download a bunch of YouTube videos onto your phone or whatever and watch it from a train or a plane or some place that doesn't have internet access. And you can also listen to YouTube videos in the background on your phone or mobile device, which I think is a very useful thing because I've got a lot of long form stuff that I've been really wanting to listen to in the car, and I haven't done it just because I have to play the whole video and a lot more bandwidth. You know how it goes. So I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the features that will come of this, and I do plan to subscribe to it myself. Now, what's interesting about YouTube Red is that unlike their current ad-supported model, every single view from a YouTube Red subscriber is going to be monetizable on my channel. And it's important now to distinguish the difference between a view and a minute watched, because the way they're going to divvy up the money is based on the number of minutes that these Red subscribers are watching on a particular channel. I'm going to talk more about how all this works in a minute, but if everyone on YouTube were to subscribe to this thing, I would make more money with the YouTube Red program than I'm currently making with the advertising, and here's why. Check out this slide. This is my 2014 viewership broken out between monetized views and non-monetized views. So I had about 5.5 million views in 2014. 57% of those had no ad running next to it at all, and the reason is for that is that you know how much people upload to YouTube every day. Well, there's a lot of inventory getting put into YouTube's ecosystem every minute. And it's just impossible to sell ads on all of that content. They just have so much content that it's really hard to create any scarcity out there. So when people buy ads, it just kind of gets spread out across all this stuff, and that's the result. So 43% of that 5.5 million had monetizable views on them, although not all of those videos made money, because if someone skips an ad, that doesn't result in payment going to me or to Google. So those skipped ads basically are counted in the monetizable number, but are not actually monetized. So you can see kind of the problem here and how this ad market works. So that was 2014. Look at 2015 so far this year. 63% of my videos have not been monetized, while 37% are. So the trend here is going down because there is, again, so much stuff getting uploaded to YouTube every day that I am not even a drop in the bucket compared to what's out there. There's just so much volume going on out there, and it's hard to, you couldn't have enough money in the world probably to buy an ad on every single one of these videos out there. So that's part of YouTube's problem, is that it's hard to raise the price of advertising when there's no limit to your inventory, and that's why they're trying to come up with some new ways to get more revenue into the platform, and this Red thing is one of those things. So let's take a look and see how Red works. So what they're going to do is collect $10 a month from every subscriber. They're then going to split that up with the creators. So 55% goes to the creators, and YouTube gets the rest. Now, how they distribute this 55% is a little bit more complicated. Now, I was hoping this would be kind of a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you came on my channel and watched a video, I would get whatever share of your view time there would be. And if you only watched me, then I would presumably get a big bulk of that subscription fee that you've paid in every month. But that's not how it's going to work. So what's going to happen is that they're going to pool up all these dollars, and then they're also going to pool up all the minutes watched by this group of people who have paid into YouTube Red, and they're going to distribute the money out that way. So what that means is that if you watch me and only me, your subscription fees are also going to be going to people that you didn't watch at all, because you're part of this pool, and whoever gets more minutes watched in this overall pool will get more money out of the subscriber fees that YouTube Red will be generating. So it's not going to be a 1-to-1 relationship. So Patreon is still the best way to help the channel directly, because if you're paying me directly, then I'm not having to go through this pool and everything else. It doesn't mean that YouTube Red isn't a good thing that you should subscribe to. I think it might be something worth talking about, but just understand how it works, that if you're, your favorite YouTubers you're watching every week in and out are not going to be the direct recipient of every dollar you've contributed to YouTube Red. You're going into a pool, and your minutes will be be counted in that. But if there's a lot of minutes being watched and your favorite YouTubers are not generating all that much view minutes, then they're going to get a much smaller percentage of your actual dollar amount, even if you didn't watch the big guys and gals who are generating a bulk of that view time. So it really is going to favor the larger channels more than the smaller ones, but everyone will get something, and presumably you'll do better than you would just with the advertising model alone, given what we saw at the beginning of the video. But this model still has the same problem that the advertising model has, in that YouTube is growing so fast that all of those view minutes are increasing at a very rapid pace. In fact, YouTube has said year-over-year growth on view minutes is 60% year over year. That's a tremendous amount of growth to see. So people are watching 60% more YouTube in 2015 than they were a year ago, and it's 60% more than it was the year before that. And although that's great, the fact is, will YouTube Red generate the kind of subscription growth that the view minutes are generating? And I don't think that's going to happen. So I think we're going to have some dilution here, in that take a look at my little graph here. This is a 60% year-over-year growth for view minutes on the purple line there, and the blue line is the number of subscribers, assuming that YouTube Red grows by 20% a year. So there's no way this is going to work great for small creators over time, because our portion will be continually diluted as time goes on, because there's just going to be more minutes out there, and not necessarily more subscribers jumping into the pool to help keep things even at dead even. So I think we're going to see here very similar things to what we're seeing with the advertising program. But YouTube benefits from this greatly, because they are generating another source of revenue. They said even if like 1% or something of their total user base does this, it's going to be like another $1 billion a year, which is something they need to keep the growth happening in there. YouTube has been they haven't been very clear about exactly how much money it's making or losing, but there is a tremendous amount of infrastructure required to do what they do. And that's why I do want to say I do appreciate what YouTube does for me, because they are hosting everything I do here for free, and they're delivering my video to a global audience very reliably, and I am not complaining about this at all. And anything that helps the platform will help all the creators in the end. But I think it really is going to be better for YouTube, and then maybe better for some of the larger channels out there, maybe not so much for the smaller channels, but we might be monetizing views that weren't monetizable before, and by that measure, it's good for me, and I think I'm going to be supporting it, and I definitely am going to probably pay my $10 a month to be a part of it, because there are features beyond just the fact I'll be able to share a little bit more revenue with creators that I would like to be able to use. So for me, the answer is a yes. I am not expecting to quit my day job over YouTube Red, but again, anything that helps grow a little bit more revenue is going to be a good thing for the community, and it's an interesting experiment to see how everything plays out. But if you are a creator, I would not expect this to change much for you at all. It might for, again, some of the larger ones, but not the smaller ones. But it is cool to see some new stuff happening, especially related to revenue growth, and that is why I'm going to put my very limited endorsement on this, but an endorsement nonetheless. This is Lon.TV, thanks for watching. This channel is brought to you by the generosity of my Patreon supporters. If you find the channel helpful, you too can contribute for as little as $1 a month. Visit Lon.TV/Patreon to learn more.